Should we talk about Lukaku actually? Because I feel like he's being unfairly flogged a little bit. I just feel like he missed some chances, but he's been out for a very long time. He's played very little football. Of the chances he missed, I think only really one of them was an actual sitter. It's probably the header that went over the top.
It wouldn't have counted anyway, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't have counted anyway. The ball actually was shown to have gone across the goal line, so it wouldn't have mattered. But also,
that
I think
one that hit his chest was like, how is he supposed to finish that?
But you know,
it looks like it's an obvious goal because it hits him near the goal line and the goalkeeper's not there. But like,
I agree with Seb. I think if Lukaku had been playing and scored like 8 goals in his last 14, he puts that in because he just knows where to put his chest at the time. Because it comes to him, you can't react that way.
Yeah.
When it comes off his leg, there's nothing you can do about it.
Also, the one that comes off his chest, he's expecting Lovren to make the clearance. So actually, his weight is distributed in a way that he's kind of anticipating a little bit of a touch, maybe a deflection off Lovren. Lovren misses it, and it's kind of a defensive clanger, actually. And it comes to him far quicker than he can respond to. And I just feel this is a bit of a feature of what happens when Lukaku misses chances. It's just like people really go after him. And
people go after Lukaku just generally.
It's not great. And also, I think like...
It's all... Can I make the point that almost all of this is based off transfer fees, which is funny anyway, because if you were going to base it off money, it would be wages instead of transfer fees.
100%.
That's really stupid. And also, it's not the player's fault how much money they are bought for by another club. It's just not. Like people talk about it as though, oh, Lukaku thinks he's £100 million player. Lukaku may think nothing of the sort. He hasn't had nothing to do with that. Like, it's so annoying.
It's just what clubs are willing to pay for him.
He does think he's quite good. Like,
but I think he is a pretty good player.
Professional athletes
should
do that.
You have to have the arrogance to play that role. That's the whole point. Good ones do. You think like Batistuta didn't think the same when he was playing.
I think sort of Southwest is really important to Romelu Lukaku. It always feels like his best form has always coincided with being in a place where he feels appreciated and loved. In the same way that when he was at Inter Milan, the first time he was at Inter Milan when they won the title with he's playing alongside Martinez, he was absolutely brilliant, and he was the focal point. He was everything to that team. He was fantastic that year.
Perfect foil having Martino there. Lautaro next to him because he does all the defensive work that Lukaku doesn't, and so he can play exactly how he wants in a league that suits him exactly.
Yep. Absolutely, and you know, conversely, when you put him in a team where things aren't quite built around him, and when he's in a position to kind of receive criticism, and that's kind of typically happened at Manchester United and at Chelsea when he returned to Chelsea, you see that there's actually quite a fragile person there, and so I have a lot of sympathy for him. And also, he's only on the pitch because Belgium are in a desperate situation. He's not fit enough to be in that side at the moment, because if he was even close to being fit enough, he would start, because there's a gulf between him and Michy Batshuayi.
The really clever thing he did, I said to you weren't here. Were you? I can't remember. They had a free kick, I think, or maybe an attack. I can't remember what they were doing basically. But Lukaku was playing off the top, and he took, so the ball was coming in over the top, and he basically grabbed the defender's shirt and pushed him towards the goal so that he'd be onside. And because
really clever.
He's a big lad, Lukaku, right? He's got the strength to do it, and that's the thing. And I feel with Lukaku as well. It's almost like, I remember watching that video we did with Jamie Carragher, and he was teaching him how, like, he wants someone to be next to him because he can feel where he is, so he can spin him and get around him. And he's really quick to turn. Like, for a big guy, he can spin really quickly. But it always seems to me like his touch lets him down at the wrong times. It's not like Luka Modric, where the ball goes in and just sticks, or it's just dead, right? As soon as you fire it like at him with a cannon and it's dead. Whereas Lukaku, sometimes his touch is perfect, and sometimes it's not, and it's that inconsistency which is kind of hurts him. And then when a few of those happen in a row, it must get in your head. Then you don't trust your touch, and then you don't make the same runs, you don't make the same things you want to do.
Did I watch this video with you the other day of was it the Spain team in practice? They dropped a ball from a drone and watched them all try to control it?
No, well, that sounds really
It's really cool. Yeah,
I want to watch that.
It's the players you would. I think it was the Spain team. It's the players you would expect who kill it dead.
Yeah, like Pedri,
but most of them, and these, bear in mind, these are obviously professional footballers, better than everyone else in the world. Most of it's bouncing off left, right, and centre. But it's really. I'll try and dig it out afterwards.
I want to see that. Well, that's the thing. That's what I think makes great footballers is the first touch. You can just tell that it's just natural. It's like Messi looks like. He was just born in the matrix of football, where it can't bounce off like a video game.
Do you remember the video games in like the mid-90s where
it was Brazil? The chat's reminding me it was Brazil. I'll dig that video out. Yeah.
When you used to pass
every time,
like when you used to pass the ball between your players, like it just became part of your player. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't controlled. It was
ISS,
just part
yeah.
of your player's body, so that you had like a football shaped growth on the end of your foot. And it's like that. The touch is so good that it's like he kind of consumes the football. It's very strange, but brilliant.
Well, Belgium were garbage anyway, so
Yeah, I would miss Belgium.
Okay, and we've got our best man, John McKenzie, on the case, looking into the FIFA ranking system with the potential of making a video out
yeah, he
of
was very excited about that.
Hey,
I'm sure he was.
one more thing that we were talking about Lukaku's chances.
I should just finish off by saying we say that because Belgium are technically ranked second in the world by FIFA.
I see. I see. I just wanted to extend some praise to Guardiola because one of the Lukaku chances was denied by probably what will end up being the tackle of the tournament. Just ridiculous.
I felt very
what a
smug
defender he is.
during this World Cup because at one point somebody said, Guardiola, of course, a player that is going to be on lots of people's Christmas lists or whatever afterwards, and I thought, I knew about him before.
Yeah, you did.
Because I had nothing to do with it, but because he was on Tifo Sensible Transfers, and you guys and friend of the podcast, our friend has been talking this person up for a very, very long time.
Loves him, and quite rightly so. He looks extra fierce with his face mask as well, but he does everything well. Like I think, his defensive attributes are pretty plain to see, but just a great ball carrier as well. Like just a good footballer all over the pitch.
Fantastic.
And left-footed and really excels in that kind of outside centre-back position, which probably makes him much more valuable as well.
If you liked today's video, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you did like it, you might be interested in How to Watch Football, Tifo's illustrated book. It's 52 rules for understanding the beautiful game on and off the pitch, and it is the perfect holiday gift. How to Watch Football is out now in stores and online. See the link in the description to find out more, and thank you for watching today's video.